And that's been worth it for me, just to see my son come on, because he's come out of himself. He's just taken his O-level in Italian. He's done it all himself. He's done a home study course in Italian, and like I couldn't get him to do his bloody homework, you know, when he was in school, and now he's like doing stuff like that himself, and it's because he's been forced to stand up and well, not forced, but he's stood up in front of other members of the TMA and talked and come out of himself and got out, you know, come out of his comfort zone. So that's been well worth it for me. In terms of not just property, we did an internet course during the TMA. So this is, you know, this is something totally aside from the property. And what Stephen did with that was he took what we learnt on that internet marketing course, and in November he started an eBay website selling jewellery. And he came to me, I mean, he's just like, he's on the ceiling with it, because it's his project. He came to me a couple of days ago. He said the sales that are coming, he said, it's great, you know, this is ridiculous. I mean, we're probably going to, I'd say over this year, in fact, I won't speculate. I know for a fact up till now, we're doing about £1,000 a month in sales. And it doesn't take us any time at all. All it does is just putting some jewellery in a packet and posting it off, because we already made it, you know. But that's something else that he's achieved through me bringing him on the TMA. And in terms of actual the property side of it, I'd never done any marketing myself when I joined the TMA. I'd just been sort of using other people and doing my own sort of research on the internet. I hadn't gone out and found deals myself so much, but what I learned was how to actually word and get printed a leaflet to find below market value properties, which we've done. I'm also at the minute just producing another leaflet, again which Hanif's helped me with only a few days ago, for looking for tenant buyers and property that we can use for lease options. What I'm actually in the process of doing is doing a rent then buy. I've actually got a domain called Rent Then Buy. So I'm putting a business plan together for myself and a website and the marketing materials, because I believe that this is like a fantastic time to use lease options. You know, people just have not got deposits. You know, the market has, they might say it's picking up, but I think it's going to be quite stagnant for at least a couple of years because of this deposit situation. So I think the time is absolutely right for something like Rent Then Buy. In terms of my own strategy, which the best thing that I feel quite proud to have achieved, the property that I bought in Blackpool, which was a freehold block of 4 flats. The lesson within this, if I want to give you something to think about, is doing your research, talking to people. Don't be afraid to talk to surveyors, to anybody you meet, to try and push your business forward, because you never know where it's going to lead. And what I did is I went up to view a block of flats that had been, I'd had an email sent to me in the January of last year. And again, it was what I thought was a good investment decision. It was a £5,000 investment into this block of flats in Blackpool, tenanted, which was going to cash flow at about £5,000 a year. And that seemed like a pretty good deal. So I went up to meet the valuer to get this place valued. Actually, in the meantime, the company that had given me £5,000 to had gone bust. So I couldn't get my money back. But I'd tracked down who owned it, gone up to Blackpool, met the valuer, the surveyor, and this place was it was a dump, absolute dump, and there's no way I would have wanted to buy it. So I was actually quite lucky that the sale didn't go through. And I talked to him. I said, well, what I really want is decent quality. You know, I want some nice quality flats, not these sort of things. And he said, well, if you go down the road, there's estate agents, Bairstow Eaves. Talk to them. They've got some really nice property in there. So I did that, went down there, saw this block of 4 flats for sale. It had just been reduced from 450 to 350. And I went out to look at it. Yeah, made the decision straight away, I want to buy it. Now, I'd already been told about this strategy of basically taking a freehold building of flats and converting them onto separate leases. And what basically happens is that you uplift the value on them. So the property was for sale for 350. I negotiated eventually down to 300 with the vendor. I had the 4 flats valued separately to a total of 420,000. So I bought them on 4 separate mortgages, mortgaged them at 75%. So the actual mortgage value was 315,000, which meant that the £15,000 actually covered all my buying costs. So the property cost me nothing, and it cash flows at £777 a month. And that just none of my money went into that deal, like any of the others that I've done. But by doing that, by building the relationship with Bairstow Eaves, they actually came to me with 2 further deals just before Christmas. And I'll just very, very quickly go over them because I'm getting way fast. The one of them is 11 flats, which I negotiated with the vendors just before Christmas. And a retiring couple, we negotiated a price, and just after Christmas I got a call and the husband had died, which was like, oh, it's a bit of a shock. What do I do? The property's gone to probate, and what I've decided is that so that I can actually create a win-win situation with this lady, is that I'm going to suggest to her that we do it. I actually take an option on the building, on the 11 flats, and split the rental with her. So she actually gets in. She just wants to walk away from it. So I think that that's the best solution for her as well as for me, which means I can take an income from the property without having to actually buy it. But what I didn't want to do was to go back to her and actually sort of I would have to knock the price down by probably £150,000, and I didn't want to do that to her. So I think that's the best situation for both of us. There was another thing I wanted to talk about, but I think I've run out of time now. All I want to say is that this whole process, I'm at a position now where my rental income actually covers all my expenses as well as the mortgage for my own house. So I've actually got to a stage where I can stop worrying about whether I'm losing money or not, because I was losing money this time last year. I got 60 odd grand on credit cards this time last year. That's all gone. It's a work in progress still for me. I've got some fantastic stuff in the pipeline. But like I said, the encouragement that I can give to you is that if I think we all deserve to win that car. My thought is that if I was lucky enough to win it, I would actually put it up for a raffle and give the money back to charity. So, because I just don't think that any one of us, in a funny sort of way, is any better than any other. I think we're all fantastic, So I'm going to leave it there.